Alright people, it's Eternal Dragon here, back again with another video. Getting back on in this train of bringing out more content, more fighting game information, more news, all that stuff. We're back on this channel. So, last night was the Capcom Cup Finals, and at the end, they announced that the next season of Pro Tour, next season of Capcom Pro Tour will be Street Fighter 6, which we all expected, but the prize pool for the finals will be $2 million, with first place guaranteed $1 billion. Now, we didn't have to say much, that is just already crazy. When it comes to the fighting game scene, there's a few moments where the boundary was pushed. Street Fighter 4 dropping, the esports side with Street Fighter 5 and the prize pools getting bigger and bigger, and now we're at another milestone. Street Fighter 6 dropping in June looks like to be doing everything right, and then they go and announce this massive prize pool. So a few things that I want to talk about is the implications for the fighting game scene, because we know things like Project L and Riot getting into fighting games, we can expect big prize pools and big pro tours when it comes to their game when that comes out. And we thought that's going to put pressure on other companies to have to compete and think, you know what, look at them. They got all this money, and what are Bandai Namco or other companies doing? But now Capcom is also kind of doing that. Not saying they're directly putting pressure on it and everyone, but by them investing and putting more, it's going to raise the fighting game scene, because we're at the bottom when it comes to prize pools. A lot of players think, you know what, I can put a lot of time into this game, or I could go get a real job, because depending on where you live and just the massive amount of competition to actually make money, it's hard for people to become full-time athletes in fighting games. In other esports genres, we see full-time Siege players, League of Legends players, that this is their job because they can sustain themselves with the pro circuit and content creation, things like that. So, everyone on Twitter from other scenes are like, damn, are you seeing this? You got people like Arsene and Ash, I've seen Ulsan, Tekken players saying, man, like, we need some of this. Everyone's putting out tweets. I put out one as well, talking about, man, we need some of this. Mine was about Soul Calibur, because I don't need 2 million, I just want a little bit for Soul Calibur. Just a little bit, man, but seeing how much money they're investing in it, this is where Capcom, whether you like the game or not, you prefer 2D or 3D, my view was always Capcom leads, everyone else just follows with the things they do. So, when it comes to prize pools, Tekken at least should have a big one. It doesn't have to match it, and I think people need to lower their expectations, because do you really think that when Tekken 8 comes out, they're going to go right 2 million as well? They're not going to do that. Think of the jump from their last prize pool and think of this one. I doubt that they're going to have a massive prize pool in the millions. I think it will increase, because Tekken 7 is selling 10 million. It's beat Tekken 3. So when we have Capcom putting up this sort of money, it makes me think about other ways that they were leading. Mortal Kombat did this as well. When they had DLC, had an exclusive skin for Sub-Zero that when people bought it, it funds the esports scene. Capcom had the same thing. So you got game sales, you got skin sales, and you got things that directly influence the Pro Tour. So then the money is in a way coming from crowdfunding of the players to fund the scene. And I think even other games do it. I don't quote me on this one, but I think even League of Legends and other games do this. So why don't Bandai Namco do it? And we can have all reason and excuse, but as things progress and time goes on, we want to see these advancements. So this is great, because we only can think the only way is up. Hopefully we don't have any situation where we look back years later and think, remember when the prize pool was 2 million? We just see progression. Not just in the big games, in the small games, the Guilty Gears, the anime fighters, you know, Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive. Prize pools getting bigger means there's more intention in the game. People are going to make more content for the game, so content creators are going to get bigger. People streaming the game. When you see the crumbs that fighting games get at the bottom, and you see Siege, and you see the events and the arenas and the viewership, this is just going to add to that. And when you have a good game, like Street Fighter 6 looks amazing, it plays really good, it's just looking really good for fighting games. It seems like we're at that another phase where it was the Street Fighter 4 days and that wave that came out. Now we're into that new side, and seeing the prize pool, people are saying, oh, you're not going to win it anyway. Everyone wants to win it, but it's now this game, we know it's getting support. It's Capcom, so we knew they're going to support it, but it's getting support with money, infrastructure. So that means if the prize pools are going to get bigger, payment for TOs, organisations, commentators will get bigger too. Some of the commentary jobs that I've done, when the tour is bigger or when the game is bigger, of course, you'll get paid more. the tiers will get paid. If you're a smaller game, then you're going to get paid less, or you won't get paid at all. There'll be more people taking this seriously full time, and you can see your best players, your favorite players playing this game like you see any other esports athlete playing other games, and this is their main thing. When Tekken is selling 10 million and probably gone on 11 million copies of all the DLC, I want to see some progression now. I want to see some forward thinking. I don't want it to go into Tekken 8 and the next Soul Calibur with just the same ideas and the same things, not just from an esports perspective, but from a game. Evolve the Pro Tour, evolve the prize pool, evolve the game to feed into that. Capcom promotes tournaments and events in the game. The stage gets updated when there's a sponsor. Did you see Street Fighter Duel in the background? Dead or Alive 5 ages ago, years ago, had tournaments being promoted in the game. Some people think when you talk about the casual scene or the competitive, it has to be one or the other. It can be both. It's proven it can be both. When you have other big esports games that really cater to the casual scene and esports scene, it works. With that bigger money and that bigger investment coming into Capcom and Street Fighter 6, I'm just thinking that means bigger things in general. And other companies should be looking at it and thinking, we want to aspire to be the best and better and to improve. This year is going to be all about Street Fighter 6. We'll see what happens in the next coming years with other games. Anyway, back on this channel, guys, we're making content. Got a few more videos coming up for you soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, we're back. Look out for some more streams. I need to get back on that as well. But yeah, you know who it is. It's the Tunnel Dragon. I'm out.